Hello, Year 7, and welcome to a little intro video to your project for the second project. Now, well done to all of you, those that have done the code.org stuff. That was fantastic. For this time, I want to give you a little bit more guidance via video, just so you know exactly what you're doing for this project. The guidance time for this project is anything between 5 to 8 hours. You spend as much of that time as you want on this and see what you can come up with. Okay, so let's get to it. So, overview. Local council are planning to do a music festival to be held in the local town. So that could be for you guys just Mansfield town, and you've been asked to create a collection of materials. It's going to include primarily a logo design and a poster design, and they're going to need to follow kind of set styles that you will agree on, using colors and kind of fonts that you want across the. There's two products. It says three because I have taken one out now because I want to make it a little bit smaller. Originally there was a flyer in there, but it's now down to two. So apologies for that mistake, but don't worry yourselves about it. I'm after a logo. I'm after a poster. All right. So these are the tasks, and please feel free to. These will be written down in Teams. It's just this video is just to give you an overview and a flavour in case you're not too happy reading lots of text. So the first thing to do is come up with a name for this music festival. So try and brainstorm your ideas, get them on a piece of paper, and think of any names you can think of. Try and link it to the musical theme. It's a festival after all. Think of words that make you think of music, and try and link it to the local area. If it's going to be Mansfield, it's a mining ex-mining community. So can we link the thoughts of music to the thoughts of kind of mining? Can you come up with a clever play on words that links those two worlds together? That would be an ideal name for the festival. So that's your first task. Literally, piece of paper, brainstorm as many kind of ideas as you can for the name of that music festival. The next thing is we're going to move on to going towards making this logo. To do that though, we're going to create a mood board, and the mood board is about coming up with lots of different ideas of different text, colors and graphics that we could incorporate into the logo. All right, so we're not making the logo yet. We're brainstorming or creating a mood board to kind of consider those ideas which will help us build the logo. So, for example, you might think of color and think, right, I can't use more than four colors because that's kind of logo rules. We don't want to exceed four colors. I've got to keep it simple. I've got to keep it effective. It's got to be memorable. So, what kind of four colors would work together when situated together? You might want to research that online. You might want to look up color schemes and kind of complement colors that work together or contrast colors that work together, and then you set those colors in motion when you do your design. Additionally, certain colors mean different things. So if you use a green or a red or a blue or a purple, they can actually mean different emotions to different people. So there's definitely worth having a look at that before you get into it. Images and graphics, try and keep them simple. You're not trying to do a Picasso here. Lines, outlines, solid shapes, silhouettes, these things work really well with logos. Something that's really easy to remember, something that's really easy to recreate. Try and stick to simple stuff, all right? Do not try and draw something complicated. You'll break the fundamental rules of an effective logo. And text, nice and short and snappy. You need to get that name from task one, whatever you decided, you need to get that in, and it needs to be really clear, very high impact, and easy to read. All right, so with this in place, I mean, I've got some examples here. If you look on the left here, I've got kind of thoughts of different fonts, I've got thoughts of different colors that might work together, shapes, imageries, and there I've got some shades of colors that might work. That's just a couple of examples. You can look this up online and say color schemes that work, and you can even Google what makes a good logo if you want to really get behind it. But you've done a bit of logo work, you should have a bit of an idea. This should just whet your palette and you should be able to come up with some stuff. That's going to lead you to be able to then design the logo itself. So remember, no more than four colors. Make sure the festival name's on there. Make sure you try and add some kind of strap line. That's the kind of slogan, the kind of underpinning line that will sit with the logo. So if I can give you an example, like Tesco, every little helps. That, it's that little line that comes after it. Nike, just do it. Um, that little line is, we want something there with whatever you come up with, remember, for your music festival. I've also left there, and please feel free to pause this video and have a look at it, what some colors and some examples of logos that use those colors, what the colors can kind of mean. So if you used yellow, it can mean clarity, warmth, positivity. If you use green, it can mean kind of growth, freshness. So just have a look at some of those and think, what colors do you want to use which might kind of tie in with the theme that you want to do. So that's task 3. You're actually making the logo, and that could take a good hour or so to get to the core of. If you want to spend a bit more time on it and you want to come up with 2 or 3 different variations of your design, that is absolutely fine. I'd rather you come out of the other end, if you've done 5 good hours, I'd rather you have a really solid logo or variations of that logo, and stop if you didn't get to the poster, than rush through the logo and then end up with then a poor poster as a product of having a poor logo. So do take your time on this and make sure it's right. And if you don't have time after 5 to 8, you've run out of 5 to 8 hours and you've just made really good logo designs, don't worry about it. I'll see the work and the quality from your evidence. And lastly is that poster itself. So try and make a poster using the logo you have now designed. And you can see this example I've taken from the V Festival, a real poster, and you've got the V Festival logo there, and then you've got some really high impact. It's mostly artists that are performing, but you can see is some kind of extra information, stuff that's going on, like where is it, maybe you might have costings, you might have a fake website and a fake phone number for buying tickets. Try and make it look authentic as possible, and that would be good. You can bring in some imagery here and really sell it. Everyone knows what a poster looks like. You know what a poster is, so it's just bringing all those ideas together and trying to stick to the color scheme that you decided to use from the outset, and stick with it. Now, I will say now at this point, do not think you've got to do this on a computer. You do not. I would encourage you to do it paper based because it gives you full flair and creativity. You don't have the software that you would have at school, most of you, so there's no point in trying to recreate it. That said, if you do have software, you have something like Photoshop or Fireworks or something very high end and you're very confident with it, I'm not going to stop you. But I probably would encourage you to stick with the pencils and colors and everything so you can really go to town with it and concentrate on getting it exactly how you want it to look. So when you go to Teams, obviously you'll get some other further guidance in there. This video is just to take you through the kind of things I expect. When you evidence this, it's important to go to the Teams assignment, and then you click on the assignment itself. When you come to add evidence, there'll be like a little link. I'll probably put a file in there saying evidence. You're welcome to go in there and put screenshots, but if you wish, just click the add work. There's like a little plus sign down there when you're on the submission page. When you're on the assignment page, there's a little plus sign and you can add things to it. Now if you're doing this on a mobile phone through Teams, you can just kind of like add a photo from your gallery. So you could lay out your work, you could take a couple of snaps of your work and just upload the photos to me, and I'll be able to see what you've done. All right, so that's the easiest way of doing it. That will get it to me. I'll be able to see your work, and that'll be fantastic. I wish you the best of luck with it. Good luck. Have fun. Enjoy it. Throw everything at it that you can. And if you need any support or guidance, need a bit of help, either email me directly or try and get me a message on Teams. But use the @ symbol and make sure you put K Chatton so that my name pops up, so I get an alert to know that you need my assistance. Just do it in the general chat. I'll be there and I'll give you a hand. All right. Good luck. Enjoy. Stay safe.